In the fast-paced, modern world, we find ourselves constantly striving, grasping, and seeking. We aim to achieve more, possess more, control more, and in doing so, often overlook a profound wisdom that has been passed down through the ages, the wisdom of Taoism, a philosophy that teaches us about the power of letting go. In this video, we will delve deep into the teachings of Taoism, exploring the profound principles that underline the power of letting go. We will examine how these ancient ideas can be applied to our modern lives, empowering us to lead more peaceful, fulfilling, and meaningful existences. So, let us embark on this transformative journey and discover the art of letting go as taught by Taoism. The illusion of control. One of the primary reasons we struggle in life is our constant desire for control. We seek to control our circumstances, our emotions, and even the people around us. This pursuit of control creates tension, anxiety, and stress. Taoism teaches us that this is a futile endeavor because the only constant in life is change. The Taoist sage recognizes the illusion of control and chooses to let go. By surrendering to the natural flow of life, we free ourselves from the burden of trying to manage every aspect of our existence. It's not about being passive or indifferent. It's about being in harmony with the ever-changing universe, embracing Wu Wei. A central concept in Taoism is Wu Wei, which can be translated as non-action or effortless action. It is not about inaction, but rather about acting without striving or forcing. When we practice Wu Wei, we align ourselves with the Tao, allowing things to unfold naturally. Imagine a surfer riding the waves effortlessly, finding the balance between action and surrender. This is the art of Wu Wei. Acting in harmony with the rhythms of life, responding to situations without undue effort, and letting go of the need to control every outcome. Detachment and non-attachment. To let go, we must first understand the difference between detachment and non-attachment. Detachment is a state of aloofness, a disconnection from the world. It implies indifference and emotional distance. Non-attachment, on the other hand, is a state of being fully engaged with life while maintaining inner serenity. Taoism teaches us the value of non-attachment. It means not clinging to the fruits of our actions, relationships, or possessions. By releasing our attachments, we become free from the emotional turbulence that often accompanies loss or change. Simplicity and the power of less. In a world obsessed with accumulation, Taoism reminds us of the power of simplicity. The ancient sage Laozi once said, "Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication." To let go, we must simplify our lives, both externally and internally. Externally, this may mean decluttering our physical spaces, removing unnecessary possessions, and embracing a minimalist lifestyle. Internally, it involves decluttering our minds by letting go of excessive thoughts, worries, and anxieties. Simplicity leads to clarity, and in that clarity, we find the wisdom to let go of what no longer serves us. It is the art of discerning what truly matters in life and releasing the rest. Going with the flow. Taoism draws deep inspiration from nature. Nature, in its unspoiled state, embodies the principle of the Tao. The natural world operates effortlessly, without striving or struggling, yet it achieves perfect balance. Consider the seasons. They change without effort, each having its unique beauty and purpose. Nature teaches us that change is a fundamental aspect of existence, and resistance to change only brings suffering. By observing and learning from nature, we can begin to release our resistance to change and learn to go with the flow. Just as a tree bends with the wind and a river flows around obstacles, we too can adapt to the changes in our lives with grace and ease. The interconnectedness of all things. Taoism emphasizes the interconnectedness of all things. It recognizes that we are not separate from the universe, but a part of it. Just as every ripple in a pond affects the entire body of water, our actions and choices have far-reaching consequences. This interconnectedness reminds us of the importance of letting go of selfishness and egotism. It encourages us to act with compassion and to consider the well-being of all beings, not just our own. By doing so, we create a more harmonious and balanced world. Surrendering to the present moment. The present moment is where life unfolds. However, many of us are trapped in the past or anxious about the future, unable to fully embrace the beauty of the present. Taoism invites us to surrender to the here and now. By letting go of the past, we release the burden of regret and resentment. By not constantly worrying about the future, we alleviate anxiety and fear. This surrender to the present moment allows us to experience life in its fullness, to savor every experience, and to find contentment in the simplicity of each breath. The way of water. Water is often used as a metaphor in Taoism. It is soft, yet it can overcome the hardest of obstacles. It yields and adapts, flowing around whatever stands in its path. Water does not resist. It simply follows the course of least resistance. We can learn from water's wisdom by adopting a more fluid and adaptable approach to life. Instead of confronting obstacles head-on, we can learn to flow around them, finding creative solutions rather than battling with them. By letting go of rigid plans and expectations, we become as resilient and persistent as water, ultimately achieving our goals with greater ease. Non-judgment and acceptance. Judgment and criticism are often the products of our need for control and our attachment to our beliefs and values. Taoism encourages us to let go of judgment and cultivate acceptance. When we release judgment, we allow others to be as they are, free from our expectations and demands. This acceptance fosters peace and understanding, both in our relationships and within ourselves. Acceptance also extends to ourselves. We let go of self-criticism and self-judgment, embracing self-compassion and self-acceptance. In this way, we find the power to transform and grow without the heavy burden of self-condemnation. Balance and harmony. One of the most iconic symbols of Taoism is the yin and yang. This symbol represents the duality that exists in all things, light and dark, hot and cold, male and female. However, it also illustrates the harmony that can be found within this duality. Taoism teaches us that balance is essential in life. We must learn to accept and embrace the dualities within ourselves and in the world around us. In doing so, we find harmony and completeness. The middle way. To achieve balance, Taoism suggests following the middle way. This means avoiding extremes and finding the moderate, balanced path between opposites. It's about not overindulging or denying ourselves, but finding the equilibrium that leads to contentment. The middle way encourages us to let go of excesses in our lives, whether it's in our consumption of material possessions, our workaholic tendencies, or our emotional highs and lows. By finding the middle ground, we maintain equilibrium and inner peace. The power of stillness. In the hustle and bustle of modern life, we often forget the value of stillness. Taoism emphasizes the importance of quietude and meditation. It is in moments of stillness that we can truly let go and reconnect with our inner selves. By practicing stillness, we can release the constant chatter of the mind and find peace in the present moment. This helps us let go of the stresses and worries that plague our daily lives and allows us to recharge our energy and gain clarity. Compassion and kindness. In the pursuit of letting go, we must not forget the importance of compassion and kindness. Taoism emphasizes the value of treating others with gentleness and understanding. By letting go of anger, hatred, and resentment, we create space for compassion to flourish. Compassion is not just an act of kindness toward others. It is also a way of letting go of negative emotions and finding peace within ourselves. Virtue and moral integrity. Taoism places great importance on living a life of virtue and moral integrity. It is about letting go of selfish desires and striving for a life of goodness and sincerity. By living a virtuous life, we find contentment and inner peace. We let go of the need for recognition, power, or wealth, and focus on contributing positively to the world. This, in turn, brings us a sense of fulfillment and harmony. The illusion of self. Ego. or the sense of self, is a fundamental aspect of human existence. We identify with our thoughts, emotions, and possessions, believing them to be who we are. However, Taoism teaches us that this ego is an illusion. The ego is a source of much of our suffering, as it causes us to cling to our self-image, defend our beliefs, and assert our individuality. Taoism encourages us to let go of this illusion of self and recognize the interconnectedness of all life. Humility and selflessness. To let go of ego, we must cultivate humility and selflessness. Taoism emphasizes the value of not putting ourselves above others or seeking recognition and praise. By embracing humility, we release the need to prove ourselves, and we allow others to shine in their own way. Selflessness enables us to act without attachment to personal gain, focusing on the greater good. The art of detachment. Detachment from the ego is a profound concept in Taoism. It means letting go of the need to prove one's worth, to win arguments, or to defend one's identity. Instead, it is about acting without attachment to personal gain or recognition. This detachment enables us to engage in life's challenges without getting entangled in our ego's desires and fears. We act in harmony with the Tao, allowing life to unfold as it should. The empty boat. There's a famous Taoist story about a man in an empty boat. When he collides with another boat, he doesn't get angry, but instead understands that the other boat is empty too. This story teaches us to let go of the need to blame and seek revenge. By not taking things personally, we release the ego's grip on our emotions. We realize that the actions of others are often not directed at us, but are reflections of their own inner state. Letting go of personal offense and resentment leads to inner peace and harmony, finding the true self. As we let go of the ego, we begin to discover the true self. This self is not defined by external possessions or societal roles, but is the core of our being, connected to the universal essence of the Tao. Taoism guides us towards self-discovery by letting go of the layers of conditioning, attachments, and desires that obscure our true nature. By doing so, we can connect with the infinite wisdom and serenity that reside within us. Tranquility and solitude. Taoism encourages spending time in solitude, away from the noise and distractions of the world. In the stillness of solitude, we can let go of external influences and find inner peace. Solitude offers us the opportunity to reflect on our lives, release the burdens we carry, and reconnect with our inner selves. It's a path to self-discovery and the cultivation of a deep sense of peace. Mindfulness and presence. Mindfulness, a practice that has gained popularity in recent years, is deeply rooted in Taoism. It involves being fully present in each moment, observing our thoughts and emotions without judgment. Through mindfulness, we can let go of the past and the future, focusing on the now. This presence enables us to experience life in its fullness and beauty, free from regrets and anxieties. Accepting impermanence. Impermanence is a fundamental aspect of existence. Everything in life, including our own lives, is in a constant state of change. Taoism teaches us to embrace this impermanence. By letting go of our attachment to things remaining the same, we can navigate the natural cycles of birth, growth, decay, and death with equanimity. This acceptance of impermanence brings inner peace and relieves the fear of loss. The inner smile. The inner smile is a Taoist meditation practice that involves directing a smile inwardly to all parts of our body, including our organs, muscles, and cells. This practice is a way of expressing love and gratitude to our physical and energetic being. By practicing the inner smile, we can let go of tension and stress held within our bodies. It is a form of self-care that brings physical and emotional healing, leading to a profound sense of inner peace and well-being. Living in harmony. Ultimately, the teachings of Taoism guide us toward living in harmony with the world and with ourselves. It is about letting go of conflict, resistance, and striving, and instead embracing the natural flow of life. When we live in harmony, we find inner peace and contentment. We experience life as a beautiful dance, where we are not trying to control the steps, but allowing the music of the Tao to guide us. Letting go of material possessions. In a consumer-driven society, it's easy to accumulate possessions that we don't need or that create unnecessary stress and clutter. Taoism encourages us to let go of material attachments. By simplifying our lives and releasing the grip of consumerism, we can find freedom and contentment in having less. Letting go of material possessions also reduces the burden on the environment, contributing to a more sustainable world. Letting go of unhealthy relationships. Unhealthy relationships can be a significant source of stress and suffering. Taoism encourages us to let go of relationships that do not nurture our well-being. By releasing toxic and dysfunctional connections, we make space for healthy, supportive relationships to flourish. This practice is an act of self-care and self-love, leading to a more fulfilling and harmonious life. Letting go of negative emotions. Negative emotions such as anger, fear, and resentment can weigh heavily on our hearts and minds. Taoism provides techniques for letting go of these emotions. By practicing forgiveness, compassion, and non-attachment, we can free ourselves from the grip of negativity. This release leads to emotional freedom and inner peace. Letting go of expectations. Unmet expectations are a common source of disappointment and frustration. Taoism invites us to let go of unrealistic or rigid expectations. By accepting that life is unpredictable and ever-changing, we release the need for things to go exactly as planned. This flexibility and adaptability allow us to navigate life's twists and turns with grace. Letting go of the need for approval. The desire for external validation and approval can be a significant source of stress and anxiety. Taoism teaches us to let go of the need for others' approval and to find our self-worth from within. By recognizing our intrinsic value and letting go of the ego's need for recognition, we become more self-assured and confident. This inner strength allows us to make choices that align with our true selves, rather than seeking external validation. The teachings of Taoism are not meant to be confined to philosophical discussions or spiritual practices. They are meant to be lived in everyday life. The true power of letting go is found in the application of these teachings in our daily routines. In our work, relationships, and interactions, we can apply the wisdom of Taoism to find greater ease and harmony. It's about embodying the principles of non-attachment, mindfulness, and balance. Letting go of the past. The past can be a heavy burden, filled with regrets, resentments, and unfinished business. Taoism guides us to let go of the past, to forgive ourselves and others, and to focus on the present moment. By releasing the past, we can experience a sense of renewal and freedom. We no longer carry the weight of old grievances, and we can move forward with a lighter heart. Finding joy in simplicity. Taoism teaches us that joy is not found in the pursuit of material possessions or status. True joy is found in the simplicity of life. When we let go of the need for excess, we can discover the beauty in the everyday. A sunrise, a smile, a shared meal. These simple pleasures bring profound happiness and contentment. The path of self-discovery. Taoism is not a one-size-fits-all philosophy. It is a path of self-discovery. Each person's journey is unique, and the art of letting go may look different for everyone. By exploring our inner selves and letting go of what no longer serves us, we can find our individual path to greater peace and fulfillment. The key is to be open to change, to release the old, and to embrace the new. The eternal flow. In Taoism, we are reminded that the Tao is an eternal flow, and we are all a part of it. By embracing the wisdom of letting go, we can align ourselves with this flow and experience life in its fullness. It is a journey of surrender, of releasing the need for control, and of finding peace in the present moment. The power of letting go is not about giving up. It is about letting life unfold as it should. The power of letting go. Taoism teaches us that in the art of letting go, we find strength. It is not weakness, but a profound understanding of the nature of existence. It is not about giving up, but about embracing the flow of life. By letting go of attachments, desires, and ego, we find liberation and inner peace. We discover the wisdom of non-resistance, the grace of wu-wei, and the joy of living in harmony with the Tao. Transforming ourselves, transforming the world. Taoism not only transforms the individual, but has the potential to transform the world. As individuals let go of ego, greed, and conflict, they contribute to a more peaceful and harmonious society. By embracing the Tao and the power of letting go, we can create a world where compassion, kindness, and understanding prevail. It is a world where the balance of nature is honored and the interconnectedness of all life is respected. The journey never ends. The journey of Taoism and the art of letting go is not a destination, but a continuous path. It is a journey of self-discovery, growth, and transformation. As we continue to let go, we find ourselves becoming more aligned with the Tao, more in harmony with the world, and more at peace with ourselves. It is a journey of eternal growth, where the power of letting go is a lifelong source of inspiration and fulfillment. The teachings of Taoism, with their emphasis on the power of letting go, are a timeless source of wisdom and inspiration. In a world driven by ambition, stress, and the constant pursuit of more, Taoism provides a refreshing perspective on how to live a life of greater peace, balance, and fulfillment. The Taoist way is not about escaping from the world, but about embracing it with an open heart and a calm mind. It's about letting go of the burdens that weigh us down, whether they be material possessions, unhealthy relationships, negative emotions, or the need for control. In doing so, we free ourselves to experience life in all its beauty and complexity. The journey of Taoism is a transformative one, marked by the release of ego, the acceptance of impermanence, and the embrace of the present moment. It is a path that leads to inner peace, self-discovery, and a profound sense of interconnectedness with all life. May you find inspiration in the Tao and the art of letting go. May you discover the immense power that lies in surrender, in going with the flow, and in finding harmony within and without. And may this wisdom lead you to a life filled with peace, joy, and profound meaning.